Welcome back to The Charismatic Voice. Today we're going to be listening to new artist Colter Wall. I've been hearing about him from several different sources, from other singers and reactors who said he's really quite good, and also recently from a bunch of you in YouTube comments. You guys said you really wanted to hear Colter Wall on the channel, so we're going to listen to him for the first time today. He'll be performing The Devil Wears a Suit and Tie. Now, I did a little bit of research on him. Colter Wall is a fairly new artist. His debut album was only in 2017, and he is a Canadian singer-songwriter very inspired by Americana and blues music. What that sounds like, I'm not sure yet, so let's get to it. Really quickly here, it looks like we haven't even gotten to his vocals yet. It looks like he has a kick drum behind him. I was trying to figure out where that boom sound was coming from at first. It's like, that can't just be a stomp. It looks like he has a kick that's behind him. Kind of cool. Also, this is from the original 16 brewery sessions, which is kind of a cool way to do a little bit of product placement and advertisement. I dig that vibe. Okay, let's keep going. Ooh.
Well, Reverend, please come quick. 'Cause I got something to admit. I met a man out in the sticks, a good old miss. He drove a Series 10 Cadillac and wore a cigar on his lip.
Oh man, he's got some sass in there. But the biggest surprise right now is I did not expect this like deep voice to come out of this man. You know, often we'll associate different body types with different kinds of voices. And some people think that might have to do with just general trends of like a person who is shorter might have shorter vocal cords in general, so maybe they can sing higher. But that's not always the case. You know, there's tons of examples of people that break that trend. So I guess when I saw him, I didn't think, wow, this guy's going to have a really deep sounding voice. Boy, does he. It's got so much resonance. It's got so much fullness in the sound. He's got some interesting things he's playing with. Let's go back to the beginning when he starts singing, because I don't know if I listened to anything other than the timbre. I don't think I caught some words about a reverend, I guess. Anyhow, let's go maybe here-ish.
Well, whoa. Reverend, please come quick. 'Cause I got something to admit. I met a man out in the sticks, a good old miss. He drove a Series 10 Cadillac and wore a cigar on his lip.
I love that you have a constant buzz. It's right here. He's even using different things with his mouth to get some buzz. It's more forward, essentially, like a really good focal point in the voice. But his throat, his pharynx cavity, that sounds really open, really open, which is partly why we have this really deep, almost throaty sound, sometimes combined with like heavy, like very present ping or buzz.
Don't you know the devil wears a suit and tie? Saw him driving down the 61 in early July. White as the cotton field and sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he passed me by. He said, I know you, young man.
It's just the way that he's using vibrato. I don't think it's very conscious. I think it just comes up when he's giving a little more pressure or emotion, and I like it, or maybe a little more drive, and you hear that vibrato come in there. Very, very interesting to hear that in and out. I love how there's that teensy bit of grit every now and then as well. And if I'm not mistaken, I hear a little bit of tambourine too. So listen to the sound. I think there is probably a tambourine somewhere in there. I wish I could see what was happening with his feet. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, actually I lied. There was this part where we did a little moment that I have to go back and hear again.
He said.
So if you want a that is really sassy, you might not do the whole like choir, pucker your lips and go Instead he's it almost sounds like he's doing an M and an N together, which would be partly in the tongue placement actually. So so his tongue is very far forward and the lips are pulled a little more tightly. Sounds like he's singing to the top of his canine teeth right there.
I know you.
Let's go back and catch it again. Why not?
He said, I know you, young man. Well, I know you by the state of your hands. You're a six-string picker, just as I am.
Oh.
Well, let me learn you some. I know a few tunes to make all the girls dance.
I'm really digging the songwriting. I love the push and pull, the way it feels like it's just got this fun drive beat. Feels a little kind of swampy sometimes. I think that's the really low kick with that tambourine in there. And then also that blues, he does some really fun blues riffs then on the guitar. But I like the way that he'll suddenly take away the beat and stretch the tempo to deliver a really great line. It's fun songwriting, really, really fun. Let's check that out one more time. Oh.
Just as I am. Well, let me learn you some. I know a few tunes to make all the girls dance. Don't you know the devil wears a suit and tie? Saw him driving down the 61 in early July. White as the cotton field and sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he passed me by.
That takes so much multitasking to be able to sing, continuously be channeling that voice through that one spot, and then also be able to play the guitar like this. He's a good guitarist. And then also be having some percussion. He's doing it all himself right now. That's super impressive. Very, very impressive to me. I would think that that would lead him to forget about something like breathing, but he isn't. Or I think that, at some point maybe the voice would fall out of line. They wouldn't continue to thread through that same spot of resonance that makes it feel consistent, but that's not happening. It is there the whole time. I do think it's kind of fun to see he's closing his eyes a bunch. And he's really concentrating there. I think that might be helpful. There's so many things that are going on that just he is in control of. Oh boy, that would take a lot of concentration.
Foolish, foolish was I. Damn my foolish eyes. That man's lessons, how to price the sweet price.
Okay, the way he's ending things here is really specific to this style. Sometimes you want somebody who's going to sing through the end of a phrase really clearly all the way until the last consonant and sort of kiss off of the last consonant. He will sing through the last note, keep the breath going past it, and then very lightly touch on a consonant. For opera singers, we tend to think about like really taking that sound and that energy all the way through and almost singing past that final consonant, even because it requires so much energy to get to the very end of the phrase. He has shorter phrases here, and so he's able to really make them a little more conversational in style. So if you listen to the very endings, and I'll go back again, you can hear he actually pulls off of the voice just a little bit and then gives a very, very light consonant. Light consonants, especially S's, can be very friendly to a microphone. It's a good mic technique there. I know from personal experience that opera singers have difficulties backing off of final S's and microphones. We've been very deliberate of getting them out there to 4,000 people over an orchestra, and then you get to a microphone and you're like, whoa, that is very close. So anyhow, I like the way he's doing this little taper off at the end, but it doesn't sound like he's ever losing support or breath flow. It sounds very intentional and energized in the way he's making it quieter and having a more delicate ending. Let's go back a little bit and listen to that.
Damn my foolish eyes.
Yeah, very soft S there.
That man's lessons, how to price the sweet price.
Yeah.
My sweet soul, everlasting, my very own eternal light. Don't you know that the devil wears a suit and tie? So I'm driving down the 61 in early July. White as the cotton field and sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he passed me by. Well, the devil wears a suit and tie. So I'm driving down the 61 in early July. White as the cotton field and sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he passed me by.
We're gonna go back and listen to that again. I miss having more fluctuating tempos a lot of times. This is partly because just with music production, it's easier to pull everything together on a click track. Often that click track is just super steady, meaning you have one beat and the next beat is the same distance as it was from the previous beat. And it's very, very steady. Some people will say producing on the grid. This is really, really useful and time-saving in a lot of ways that modern music is made. But it sometimes misses out when you have something like this where the tempo is speeding up at the end. You've got this drive. I love that he's doing this with that kick as well. Oh, it's so cool that he's able to control all of that with essentially 3 or 4 different instruments, depending on if you want to count the kick and tambourine as one. It sounds really, really cool. I love the build of it. And I feel like this kind of gets back to the roots of some live performances. It feels really raw and organic and delightful. Kind of like his voice. Very raw and organic. It doesn't sound like he's necessarily done a bunch of classical training. It sounds like he's just really learned to sing with his voice. Like he's never tried to fit into someone else's glove. It's cool. It's a really cool sound. Here?
Sweet price, so everlasting, my very own eternal light. Don't you know that the devil?
I like the way he tosses off endings of words every time, or every now and then. That was the one. Don't you know that? That. And it really grabs our attention with this extra. It's a subtle, but it's still an emphasis, this, that. And the way it tosses off makes you expect something to come up right after it that is going to grab your attention even more.
Where?
Let's go back one more time.
To know that the devil wears a suit and tie. So I'm driving down the 61 in early July. White as the cotton field and sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he passed me by. Well, the devil wears a suit and tie. So I'm driving down the 61 in early July. White as the cotton field and sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he passed me by.
Okay, we're gonna go back to that one more time. I am digging it. Again, this authenticity and the rawness of his voice. He has a certain a sass to it, an edge to it that's really, it just feels super original. And I want to take a moment and just listen to like all of these little things that sound like it's close to speech in some ways. I wonder what a speaking voice sounds like actually. Is it close to this singing voice? But the way he's composed these lyrics, they match with the original prosody of the speech. He's essentially just elongated all of the lyrics so that they can be sung. Because really singing is just elongated speaking or elongated yelling that you try to make feel really good and sound pretty. I think it's fun to hear the way he's leaning into the words as they originally would come out of a person speaking. And then you can hear also the way that you might emotionally add something to them. He just takes that one step further in the singing. It's really, really, really cool. It's good songwriting. Maybe here?
Right.
Huh? Here.
Eternal light.
He does add a lot of H here and there sometimes on entrances.
Don't you know that the devil wears a suit and tie? So I'm driving down the 61 in early July. White as the cotton field and sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he passed me by. Well, the devil wears a suit and tie. So I'm driving down the 61 in early July. White as the cotton field and sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he passed me by.
Yeah. This voice was very unexpected. It is good. It's so nice to hear voices that aren't trying to fit into the mold of something else. I don't want a cookie cutter voice. I want something that is uniquely that person. And this voice feels really, really unique to me. I like that. I love the different blends of styles that I was hearing in there. Like I said, at one point, you've got some sort of swamp, Louisiana feel, bluesy feel for sure. But then I can hear a little bit of influence of Bob Dylan in there, for sure, for sure. And then I just really think that the songwriting was good. You know, the rhythm of it, the way that the words flowed, really good rhymes, of course, in there as well. But the way that it was written to easily go with his voice as well was cool. Loved the tempo shifts. I definitely would love to hear more of his music and see, you know, where he's going. He's so young. He sounds much older than he is. Sounds like he's got an old soul, and I bet we're going to see some really cool music come out of him. So please let me know down below any artists you would like to hear on the channel. If there's anything more from Colter Wall that you would like to hear, please post that too. It is because of your comments that we're listening to Colter Wall today. So Thank you so much. And please come and join me sometime on Monday, Tuesday, or Friday for a YouTube premiere. Those are at 8 a.m. Arizona time. So we're here on YouTube chatting as the videos get premiered. It's a lot of fun. And you can also find me on Patreon or at thecharismaticvoice.com. I'll see you guys somewhere soon.